Hi, welcome back. Let me try to share you my first experience today. So, what is the lesson learned from that? Let's try to see the topic. Okay. Learn real-time experience lesson one. Don't sweat like me before your real-time functional specification design or writing. So, what exactly? So, when I joined in my first project, so I'm lucky to have my experience. I don't have money though, but I got a lot of technical expertise in my experience. Don't do these mistakes, especially why it is so important. I will explain you. Let me try to add my real-time experience with functional specification. I joined um, one good FMCG project and one top company, which is already sold out. Probably I'll discuss about my first company where I worked. So there in the project for FMCC, they got one kind of requirement where actually instead of you know post goods issue screen, they used PGR screen. That is the biggest blunder. Don't think that whatever the knowledge you have is less. So when you have a basics, that is if you're strong in your basics, each and every concept, that is more than enough to survive in real time, just like that. But on top of it, you have to learn something. Why I got sweat, I'll explain you. So, like, I found this mistake. I had a discussion with on-site coordinator. He's on offshore, and after that, he give full freedom. Please change PGR screen as PGI screen, post goods issue screen. Such a case, what happens? So already wrote functional specifications in that projects. First time I'm listening the word called functional specification. This is exactly happened 11 years ago in my first project. My senior said that, I know the functional specification, but I don't know the real time, what are all the sections it has and where exactly it is. So in that, there is something called variation. Okay. So like when I met a technical person, not only this, another example also there. So functional specs writing, it takes a time. Like you can write within 10 minutes, or else sometimes in a day, or else sometimes in a month to update the versions. Depends on the complexity of the build what you are doing. Okay. So my why I got a sweat because he asked me to update it. He just thrown one email. My senior lead, he asked me to update that FS and send a reply email back to your technical lead and the respective adapter. We already had offline discussion, but it should be in official. But even I don't know why they are capturing these things. See, I'm very fast at my basics and technical things, but when it comes to documentation, actual process wise, it's difficult. That's why, I found a difficulty. My total shed becomes sweat for almost almost 4 o'clock, he said, 4 p.m. exactly. Still, I remember that experience. After almost 5:30 to 6, it happens. So then lead shouted, "Hey, Mr. Raido, have you updated? How much time you will take?" Okay. That's how, so like, probably he might have a discussion with the technical lead. Like he might come back, like, we haven't received update. There should be certain restrictions in the official process. If you don't update document, they don't do the correction at your app level or code level or configuration, whatever you call. Okay, such a case. So finally, I struggled, made one table and changed version 1 to version 2. I have done the update. Next day onwards, I started reading those functional specifications. Whenever you join a new company, you start reading what are all the existing solution or all sections what you have. That is more important. Before that, you don't want to get sweat like me. Okay. I have designed one course called Getting Master to Write Functional Specification. Here, let's have a look around. So you have an introduction, FS with intro example. Okay. So a small example I have given. So what is FS? What is functional specification? What is business document? And what is FD functional document? Okay. Or else They will call it different names. I have explained why we need this and who is going to authorize this, who is going to write this, how to write brief sections, and different names, evolution, rise up. This is how somehow like it's a struggle at a technical level. I have done 3 parts. Customer requirement test case. If you got one requirement, how they will do the brainstorm? What is the solution? I have given a simple example. This is actually useful for, even I have given a simple SD example, but so what you have to understand is the process. You try to understand if you are from FSCO or else any other background for that matters. You try to understand how to gather the requirement. Probably in future, I will do one video, different techniques for requirement gathering. That is a different story. I'll try to add my way of handling the client. That also I will explain. That is more important. So here I have given an example like, how to gather this requirement, how to do brainstorming and different sections. You can see this is more than 1 hour about documenting each and every section I detailed. Then I wrote it on a live functional specification. How to write it, I have shown you on live. Actually, that's why 1 hour it took. So while explaining, actually, we can write it within 10 minutes. This is one of my project example, and functional specification, also real-time functional specification I have added to do your own practice and standard. Sometimes it should be needed. Either you can take one example, pricing manual condition, or else condition exclusion, or else probably like, material exclusion or inclusion. So that is the client requirement you imagine, or else third party cell, how you wanted to write it. You fill those sections if you write it. So I wrote n number of functional specification last 10 years. That is important. It is especially useful for your support and support enhancement project. Why I am particularly talking about this topic, because I have heard and still listening the stories, those people who newly joined don't have experience. Internally, you have to attend for client interviews. Such a case, probably they might not ask technical, rather than they will ask about your experience. Actually, they ask about your experience more. So such a cases, they will have you prepared functional specifications, have you done something, then you must have some answer in your mouth. Okay, everyone wanted to learn, everyone wanted to prove themselves once started in this industry, but your passion towards learning, so correcting your mistakes, will give you the red carpet in corporate industry. Like I know, like so many people hide and they will behave like actors. They might got more salaries. That is different story. If you are like me, then do hard work and be passionate to learn. Okay, version control, I told you, right? Version 1, version 2, once updated version. Okay, so see here I have given one pro forma for FS for practice. Okay, so the use cases, certain cases, this is especially for non-SAP projects. Okay, or else sometimes in SAP also use case preparation will be there, depends on the business analyst. You are like business analyst. When I'm talking about your job is not a joke. Being a functional consultant and a domain expert, if you don't have job on SAP, you can work on sales, domain expert. After working few years, 5 to 6 years, you can give suggestion to any other Java, .NET, any other project. That is the value of the function rather than working as a technical. Technical is restricted. Java means Java restricted, .NET means .NET restricted. So this already like so this one already I have given in Udemy, like your supporting tool, how it works and all the stuff. Probably you can give a try. That's why. So now you came to know my first experience on real time, how my shirt became sweat. Okay, so if you don't want to do that, I'm just providing these links below this video. Not only this, if you really wanted to get into the stuff, like depth of learning is accurate. Certain times, certain projects they don't give time. Certain projects they will give moderate time. Certain projects they will give ample of time. Okay, if you are in ample of time as a beginner, you are lucky. Or else they are not giving time, they are giving less time. Or else, so your superior is expecting stick to deadlines are very less. if you joined any short deadline project, that time you don't have time to go through all those things. Okay, better subscribe this course and it will be added advantage throughout life as long as you work for functional consultant. Okay, so anyhow, it's not compulsion to join my course, but this is at my suggestion for your sake. If you really wanted to utilize it, you can utilize it. Okay, it's not like a regular institutional selling forum. This is Udemy. You can get it for 400, 500, one biryani size. For actual real-time learning, it's up to you how you want to take it up. Okay, be careful. Certain times you don't have time. Probably you might have to write and requirement gathering is over. Certain case you need to write a functional specification. Certain cases your lead might not help you. That was the time you are asking about all these basics, then they will take you out from the project. Actually, it's very, very important. Whatever the courses I have done, please go through it. It's mindful. Subconsciously somewhere it might be helpful in your real time. Okay, I wish you all the best. Have a great time. Jai Bharat. Bless you all. All the best.